Hi everybody, welcome to Junk Drawer Art with Miss Riley. As you know, I am Miss Riley. Today is Something Fun Sunday, but I have a disclaimer. It is going to also be Famous Artist Day because I am sneaking that in on you, and my kids know. They know, and then you know too. Anytime I can sneak a famous artist into a project, I'm definitely going to do it. So today we are actually going to be making recycled water bottle sun catchers. They're really beautiful. Today's kind of a cloudy day, actually. I was hoping it would be really sunny, but it's not. But you can still look at it, it's still beautiful, and I promise you when you make one, and hang it up and the sun goes through it, it's just beautiful. And so we are going to be talking about a famous artist who did not make water bottle sun catchers. He actually was an American glass sculptor. He worked with glass, and his name is Dale Chihuly. And he perfected this technique. Well, he didn't perfect it. He took it to another level, this technique of blowing glass. And so a lot of people go, oh, blowing glass, what are you talking about? So glass blowing is an exceptionally difficult art. It involves making sculptures of glass, and the glass blower takes melted molten glass. I mean, just liquid glass. It's incredibly hot. It's an incredibly dangerous job to do. And using forced air or a blowing procedure, they literally blow it and mold it. So I actually have a piece of blown glass here. This is a famous glass crafter called Blanco. This is one of my favorite things, actually. Some really good friends of mine that teach at a school with my husband got us this, and it's just really hand-blown, beautiful glass apple. And blowing glass is usually an art form that's done on a smaller scale like this to make small collectible things. Glass-blown objects can be very precious. This is very delicate. These go for they can be a very collectible, very expensive item. And so Dale Chihuly took this idea of blowing this molten glass and creating the shape into just this, I'm going to put it very gently down right there, into this large scale art form. You can see the sun in his example here. He just created these huge, incredibly insane pieces by blowing glass. A lot of them have, a lot of his pieces have this really cool tentacly look to them, almost like creatures or like they remind me, honestly, a lot of his work reminds me, and I get excited about it, like of the close-ups of like bacteria that you see under a microscope. And so his work is just very cool and interesting and textured. He's an interesting guy. He's had a really interesting life. A lot of injuries in his life, but it didn't keep him, even when he physically had trouble blowing the glass, he would hire people to work with him and to execute his designs. So he's just a really interesting guy. If you're ever bored and you want to look at something cool, go on YouTube and look up glass blowing, and it's really fascinating thing to watch. So what we're creating today is not glass, but it gives it that appearance of the Dale Chihuly sculptures with like that tentacle weavy look. So what I have is a water bottle, and you're like, oh, Miss Riley, that isn't a normal water bottle. No, it's not, because what I did was I took Sharpie markers, and I have them here. You can do any permanent marker. Definitely do permanent. If you do washable or anything else, it's going to rub off on your fingers, number one. And then the first time it rains, it's going to just wash all off. And the pattern and the colors that you make on this really don't matter. This bottle had like a natural wave to it, so I just kind of followed that pattern and colored it. I did like a rainbow look to it, and I'll just show you. So I finished with my blue up here. I'll finish up with some blue. I literally just took my marker, and it's easier to do it with the cap on, because if you don't, it like crunches real easy. I actually took the bottle and popped it out as hard as I could, and I'm just adding color. I will warn you, don't bother coloring. It doesn't have to be perfect, number one, but also don't you're going to cut the bottom off in just a second, so don't bother cutting it. Stripes look cool. All one solid color looks cool. I'm going to do 2 more stripes up here. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend black or brown. They're not going to look really good. This is a Suncatcher. You want it to be like bright, vivid colors. And I just literally went around. It like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. One cool thing you can do is to do like all cool colors, all warm colors. You can also do multiples of these and string them together to kind of give them more of that Dale Chihuly look to them. Because with this, you're just going to kind of have one curly Q tentacle. You'll see them, and I keep calling them tentacles. I know that's kind of weird. I'm sorry, but that's what they remind me of. So maybe up here, I'll actually just do like kind of a stripy look. The longest part of this is actually coloring it. The cutting part takes 30 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, if you're a kid watching this and you have this bottle colored up, you need to get a grown-up with a big, sharp pair of scissors to help you cut this, because I don't want anybody cutting their hands. So that is my warning. You don't have to use a water bottle. You can use any kind of soda bottle, any kind of clear plastic thin bottle. You can use a 2-liter bottle. You can make a big one of these. It does not have to be a personal size. So what I'm going to do now is blow on it and kind of dry it off, because I don't want permanent marker all over my hands. And the first thing I'm going to do is take the top off to relieve the pressure in it. And I'm actually going to cut the bottom off. This is kind of a grown-up thing. So you're going to kind of make a snip into it, kind of pinch it with your scissors, and then cut along the bottom. And before you even think about throwing this away, don't do it, because the bottoms of water bottles make perfect paint palettes. You can put your 3 colors of paint or how many ever little things and paint. So don't throw this away. This is art gold. Save it. Bring it to me, please. Now, next comes the fun part. So I'm going to start cutting this at a spiral around. So I'm cutting it diagonally. I'm starting, you can really start anywhere. And I'm just kind of cutting. Oh, let me hold it up so maybe you can see it. Don't want to get it too thin or it will tear. I'm just twirling, and you'll notice the scissors are still, I'm moving it in my hand. And I'm just kind of cutting it, almost like a curly Q, like a spiral curly of hair or like a little pig's tail. And you can kind of see how that angle that I'm cutting it at. I'm just constantly cutting up and trying to keep it about the same thickness. Keep going. Oh, it got a little thick. If I see I'm getting a little thick, I try to like correct back. There we go. Eventually, you're going to get up to the top. And you kind of want to stop where it starts getting skinny up at the top. You don't want to cut too. You want to leave a little bit of this to leave it connected. And so you're going to end up with something that's really, really beautiful. You can kind of see where it went from water bottle to this really cool, like I said, it looks like glass. It just reminds me of his sculptures a lot. You can tie string at the top to hang it up. You can do multiples of these and have like a cascading shower of them in all different colors coming down. It's just a really fun thing to do with something you would recycle and get rid of anyway. So please make some of these. Take pictures for me. I would love to see them. My plan, I'm going to do a more of an outdoor classroom next year, and I'm actually going to use a bunch of these to decorate with. I would tell you to bring them to me, but that's probably not safe. So you have fun making them. Send me pictures, hang them up, decorate with them, make them look beautiful. You can send them to me on Class Dojo. You can send them to me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter at CS Riley Teach. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to be back with kind of a silly, fun activity for Muster on Monday tomorrow. It'll be a good one. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.